morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. As always, please practice according to your conditions. This offers different levels of asanas, so work according to what's comfortable for you. And remember that this practice is an offering, so you don't want to offer up anxiety and pain. So keep that in mind as we practice today. So let's begin on that note. Begin sitting tall, supremely still. Close the eyes, bring the attention inward. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine becoming one with all beings. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts on God alone. In God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Om Namah Shivaya. I bow to the inner light. Calm response. Verse by verse. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. I am not this body, this body is not me. I am not this body, this body is not me. I am not this body, this body is not me. I am not this body, this body is not me. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. I am neither body nor mind, immortal self am I. I am neither body nor mind, immortal self am I. I am neither body nor mind, immortal self am I. I am neither body nor mind, immortal self am I. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Last time. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering.
and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against one another. Before we begin, let's do the mantra for purification to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. If you know it, chant along with me. We'll do it 3 times. Each one, try to do it in one breath. If you don't know it, just think about the effects of purification, and then you derive all the benefits as though you were chanting it perfectly. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sava Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smrit Bandrikaksham Sabahya Byantraha Sji. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sava Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smrit Bandrikaksham Sabahya Byantraha Sji. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sava Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smrit Bandrikaksham Sabahya Byantraha Sji. Let's come to standing now. So let's begin with spiritual breathing to establish a deeper connection with the divine. Bring the feet about 10 inches apart. Bring the arms up high, the palms facing slightly up. Inhale from the fingertips through the arms down into the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Imagine holding all the love of the universe into the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, keep the love in, but exhale the breath out through the arms again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, draw on the best from the universe down into the heart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all in the heart. Hold the breath there as well. 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale again, down to the heart. Feel as though you're a magnet pulling everything you need, attracting it all. Now holding it in the heart, suspend the breath. 4, 5, 6. Exhale, just the breath out. Everything that you pulled in stays in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now release the arms. We'll continue with the exercises. Watch the body moving. Imagine you're the witness. Roll the head in circles. Shoulders away from the ears. Loosen up the neck. And then change the direction of rotation. Try to make the ears touch the shoulders, the chin to come right against the chest, and the back of the head to touch the top of the back. And now from here, bring the arms out forward in front, circle them in opposite directions. And then land the hands back again in front of the chest, opposite direction. And release here. Take the arms over the head, squeeze the arms by the ears, go from side to side. And now do little circles of the trunk, starting off with just mostly the upper chest and the back, and then just as you feel comfortable, make the circles larger until the whole trunk is moving, hinging at the hips, or moving from the hips. And then come back to the center and then go the opposite way. Again, start small. Most of the upper back and the chest. And then slowly bring the whole trunk into the movement. And one more. Coming back into an upright position. Now release the arms. Inhale, lift the arms up, float the arms up. Exhale, toss the body down. Nice loose movements. Last one, just stay down. Allow the body just flop and allow until the body stops moving and shaking, and then roll your way back up. Next one, it's called lion's breath. You're making a fierce face like a lion. The eyes go wide, the tongue hangs out of the mouth. Imagine you're pouncing on something. Last one. And then coming back up. And now just throw the arms around the body as you twist them side to side. Feel as though the arms are heavy. So we had weights hanging on the ends of the hands. And then start to slow it down. And release. Now take your arms out to the side. We're going to swing the right leg up and back. So if you need to hang on to something until put your left hand on the wall or whatever, you can. So you just try to get your knee right up to the shoulder, nice and loose. And then the other leg. And release. Shake out the fingers very rapidly. Move them like you're shaking water off your hands. And then up and down. And then release. One last one to work the toes. Bring the arms up. Turn the palms up towards the sky. Lift up off the heels. And come back down. Lift the toes. Rock forward again, push into roots your toes, come back down, lift the toes, and up again. Tuck the tail as your heels press down and up. Pull the navel up and in. This time as you come up, stay up. Try to get nice and long through the navel. Keep raising the arms up higher and higher, so you're trying to touch the ceiling and push the ceiling right up off the walls. And lower the heels, relax the shoulders, allow the arms to come down. So let's come to the top of the mat now for Surya Namaskar, just to continue the warm-ups. Bring the hands to the heart, but first remember to come back to the intention of offering up the practice. Do the practice as though it were your divine duty to all beings everywhere. Imagine moving with all yogis everywhere to deliver benefits throughout the universe. Stay together, stay in a collective mind. Reach the arms up over the head and come down into a forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Bring your hands flat on the ground. Right foot back into lunge. Lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Come into high plank. Bring the knees down, bring the seat all the way back behind your heels. Then pull your arms, brush your nose to ground, come forward, coming up into cobra, arching the back. Come all the way back. Come forward again, 2 more times. Glide forward like a snake creeping through the grass. Come all the way back. And one last time. Watch the body moving your mind. Watch the snake in your mind moving. And put yourself in the body as a snake. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back. Then the right foot steps forward. If it doesn't make it all the way, if you're having trouble, lower the back knee. And assist the foot forward with your hand if you need to. Feet come together, chest on the thighs, head down. Come up, press the hips forward, stretch the front of the body. Bring the hands back to the heart. Raise your arms again. Go down. Don't worry too much about the breath. Just move the body in a way that keeps the breath steady and even. Left foot back. And then you ride the breath that way. The breath will deliver more ease of movement and fluidity in movement. Pull forward into your cobra. Come all the way back once again. As we did on the other side, 3 times all together. Come forward and up, bring your head all the way back. Bring the seats way behind the heels, and again, glide forward. Roll over the toes, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, melt the heart. Left foot steps forward to the hands, feet together, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing. Hanumanasana. Reach up. Watch the body moving. Pretend you're the witness. Pull the body down onto the legs. Right foot back. Lower the knees. Sink the hip. Come into high plank. Ashtanga Namaskar. Knees, chest, forehead down. And then pull the body right through between the arms. Open heart. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot steps. Try to make the movements flow one into the other so that the transitions are as seamless as possible. Bring the arms over the head, hands back to the heart. Make the experience as pleasant as possible, as beautiful as possible for the witness who is watching. Left foot back into the plank, lower down, smoothly gliding. This will allow the mindset to always remain unchanged, always the same, unbothered, unconcerned. Left foot forward, feet together, bow to the legs, his own humbleness. Come right up to standing. And Hanumanasana. Adding on, reach the arms up over the head. Go down gracefully. Chest on the thighs, bend your knees so you can land your belly on keep your belly with your legs. Then reach the arms behind, join the hands, and then pull the head down towards the ground. Lift the seat, push the body into your legs. If you have good flexibility, your seats might come over the heels. Then release the hands, right foot back, lower the knee down. Bring the arms up, crescent moon, Kapyasana. Arch back. As you see fit, bring the hands down, step back into plank, lower down, Ashtanga Namaskar, then glide through between the arms again. Smoothly, make like you're doing a dance. Back into downward facing dog. Right foot forward, back knee down. Raise the arms up and back down. No matter what form we take on, no matter what experience we're going through, we always remain unchanged in the mindset, calm temperament, and fold the body down onto the legs. Uttanasana. Release the hands, bring them over the head, arch back. Engage the buttocks and the upper back muscles to stay strong and balanced in the pose. And again, reach up, go down. Bend the knees. Belly lands on the thighs, join the hands. Extend through the heart. Imagine trying to get your heart below the knees. Fold down over the legs, Uttanasana. And then release the hands. Left foot steps back, lower the knee, Kapyasana. Raise the arms over the head. Lose yourself in the sensations. Hands down, step back into plank, lower down, then glide through again. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot steps, back knee down. Reach the arms up over the head. Every movement an expression of offering, of love and devotion. Chest on the thighs, hands behind the back, extend, and then dive down. And come all the way up, arms over the head, hands back to the heart. And another variation. Arch back, bring the arms up over the head, fold down over the legs. Right foot back, lower the knee down, raise the arms up and circle them right down to the ground. Allow your head to fall back. Plant the hands, bend the toes under the right foot and swing the left leg all the way up into one-legged dog. Come forward into your plank, keep your leg raised as you come down. The chest comes down first between your hands. And then lower the toes down, beside the others, come up into upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Now raise the right leg up immediately and bring it between the hands, softly landing it. Back knee down, arms up, and continue circling down. Allow the head to come back again. Plant the hands and left foot slides in beside the right. Pull the body down onto the legs, Uttanasana. A gesture of bowing and humbleness. Reach up and back. And then bring your hands back to the heart. Reach the arms up over the head. Go down. Watch the body moving. Left foot back, lower the knee. Reach the arms up, circle them down. Now plant your hands on either side of the right foot, bend the toes under the left foot, and swing the right leg up and back. Come forward into the plank and keep your leg up as you come down. Your chest comes down, keep your arms strong. Toes come down, upward facing dog, hips and knees up off the ground. And then pull right back into downward facing dog, melt the heart. Raise the left leg up and back and send the foot between the hands. Not making a sound when the foot comes down. Lower the knee, reach the arms up, circle them down. Bring the head all the way back. And then slide your right foot in to meet the left foot. Fold the body down onto the legs. Come up and back. Return home. One more variation. Arch back as you see fit. And then come down. Plant your hands down. Come forward a little bit, shoulders over the fingertips, push firmly into the ground. And then just slide, allow your toes to glide back into Chaturanga or walk back. And then push into your hands, upward facing dog. Pull the chest open, shoulders back. Feel as though you're howling at the moon. Just think of every shape, every life form that you're representing. And try to come into the body as that it's being. Take on all their characteristics and virtues. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Now exhibit the humbleness, the loyalty of the dog to its master with its head down. Just dip the chest towards the ground, the top of the head, if you can come right down to the ground and stay there. And then lift the heels, bend the knees, look between your hands, press into your hands, and jump or walk your feet forward. Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing. Bring the hands back to the heart. One final one. Arms up over the head. Feels like you're made of elastic. Keep stretching, keep opening, keep creating space. Bring your hands down on either side of the feet. Lift up, shoulders over the fingertips. Now push hard into the hand. And then bend your elbows as you come back so you land lightly with control. Into upward facing dog. Chest forward in front of the arms. Shoulders back. Try to lift the lower back so there's no wrinkles in the lower back or in the back of the neck. Back into Adho Mukha Savasana now. Soften in every sense of the word. And then lift the heels, bend the knees, look to your hands. Bring your feet to the hands, hopping or walking. Pull the body down onto the legs. Come all the way up to standing. And then return. Hands to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let go of all expectations, all attachments to the results. Keep doing the practice as though it were your divine duty. And release. So we're going to do a few standing sequences now, balance poses to begin. Let's start off with ballet pose. Standing on your left foot, raise a right knee, and take hold of the inside the heel. The thumb is behind the heel, and then lift the leg up. Lean a little bit to the right, to the left, so that you can get your toes about the same height as the fingertips. If you're more flexible, bring the leg closer to the head. If you're very flexible, you can reach across with your left hand. Take the foot in your right hand. Try to get your leg right beside your ear, and then you take your arm out. It's an option for those who are very flexible. And then from here, just pull the foot out in front, drop the right hip, and reach the right arm back, standing twist. Lift through the chest, look back at your right hand behind you. If you can't extend your leg easily, just hold the knee, outside of the knee. Again, move according to your condition. Good. One more sequence. Keep the foot up if you can. Gliding eagle. So you're going to bring your body down. If you need to, you can touch your fingertips, index fingers down to the ground first until you find a balance. You try to get your head low, about the height of the knee. And then open up your wings. Imagine you're an eagle diving down, skimming the water. Have all these visualizations in your head to really try to embody the grace of the life forms. Then push into your left foot, come back up. Let's try it on the other side now. Don't worry about the results, just do your best. If you fall out of the pose, just come right back up. Take hold of your left heel and bring your leg up. Lean a little bit away from the raised legs. You can get a little bit higher. Try to get your toes and fingers on the same line. Again, if you like, if you have the flexibility, take your foot in your right hand. Hold the outside of the foot. Get it straight up, and then maybe take your left arm out to the side. Push against the leg with the back of the arm. Getting ready to come down, so bring your foot down if you like, and then extend your leg again. You're holding it still in your right hand, and your left arm goes behind. Again, modify as you need to. You can slide your hand in and hold the outside of the knee if you need to. Drop your heel down below the knee, like so, if this is better for you. It's always an option. Stand tall, drop the left hip. Then from here, pull the foot in. Try not to allow the foot to drop. And then lean down. Again, take your index fingers to the ground to help you to place yourself first. Bring your left foot up high, and then spread your wings. Soar through the air like that eagle. Push into your right foot, come back up. And release. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we're going to try one more standing pose. I will do it sideways so you can see. We're going to come into standing split. So bend down. Actually, let's do hummingbird first, and you can stay in hummingbird. So bring your chest, your belly onto your thighs, bring your arms back. Standing on your left foot again, so bring your right foot back. And keep gazing at the ground, keep your head low to the ground, and raise the right knee up towards the sky. Keep your body very small and compact, like a hummingbird's body. Now from here, so you can take your left hand to the left ankle, the index finger, tracing on the outside of the ankle. You can bring your right fingertips to the ground, and you can maybe even bring your right hand to the leg. Gaze in front of your toes. If you have the flexibility, extend the leg now, the right leg, and pull it up towards the sky. Good. Try to make it so that the foot is over one line from one foot to the other. If you can bring your nose to the shin. And again, see if you can bring the right hand to the standing foot as well. And release, bring the hands down, step the right foot down. Breathe in, extend, breathe out, flop like a rag doll, relax for a moment, soften the knees. And then we get ready for the other side. Bend your knees, starting in hummingbird again, bring your arms up. Bring your weight onto your right foot, so you can release, bring the left foot back and then up, the knee towards the sky, the heel close to the seat. Then from here, left fingertips come to the ground, the right hand comes to the ankle, index finger along the outside the ankle. And see if you can bring your left hand eventually to the standing foot as well. Gaze a little bit beyond your toes if you want. If you can, extend the legs straight up. Straight line here. And pull the body down against the leg. And then if you can, you try again to bring both hands to the standing leg. It's a good exercise and concentration. And release. Bring the left foot down beside the right. Come up a little bit. Inhale. Exhale again. Ragdoll down. Relax. And then roll your way up. Okay. So, bring your fingertips on the same line as the elbows. And then jump your feet and your arms apart. Turn to the left. Veerabhadrasana 2. Sink down to the seat. Get nice and low in the hips. Take on the consciousness of a mighty warrior. Exhibit its strength, the courage, and the determination. Now from here, Paschimottanasana. If you can, you bring your left hand to the outside of the left foot, right arm overhead. Make sure your hip's not popping up. Drop your hips down. If it's too much, you can just rest your left forearm on the left thigh, and see if you can spin your chest up a little bit. Other variations, you can take your right hand behind your back, press into inner thigh. If you have more flexibility, drop your left shoulder down. And then so you can take your bind. The bind is behind the leg, the left side, just beside your seat. So not over the seat, just beside it to make it a little bit more easier to reach. Okay. And from here, release the pose, come down, hips and shoulders facing forward, lower the back knee down. Sink down to the seat, Kapyasana. Reach the arms up, hands in Kali Mudra. And then wiggle the shoulders back and forth, try to get the arms back behind the ears, keep the arms straight. Not bent, think of the shape of a crescent moon. Make the body look as much like the shape as possible. Variations. Bring the right foot up. Take hold of the foot and press it into the crook of the arm. Fingertips close to the ear, left hand comes around, and maybe the fingers will find one another. Okay, and then push the foot back into the arm, lengthen the arms. Think of a swan's neck, no sharp angles. So no sharp angles in the joints. Release, bring the foot towards you, and release the foot down. Now turn forward again, press yourself more upright. Left foot comes in a little bit more, so your legs are like a box. Bend the toes under on the back foot. Right arm up. Bring the elbow to the outside of the thigh. You can join your hands in prayer, or left fist is sometimes easier to encourage the pushing down action. As you push down, your chest lifts, center of the chest comes towards the thumbs, and then roll the left shoulder all the way back. Try to get your chest and your face to look up. If you know how to take a bind, go ahead. Left arm goes over the back, right arm, elbow has to be in the space below the knee. So move your shoulder in a little bit so that you can use your hand to just assist your hand to wedge its way through underneath. If you can, take your back knee up off the ground. Extend through the top of the head, extend through the back heel. Option here to come into bound vault Ardha Chandrasana. So you slide your right foot in, keep gazing at the ground in front, and see if you can raise your right leg up. Alternatively, if you don't have a bind, you can take the right hand down on the ground just in front on the inside of the foot so the thumb is in line with the little big toe. Okay, raise the leg up and then see if you can take your left arm up. This is another option. And then straighten out the standing leg. Turn your chest sideways. Lower the foot back down. Good. Should have done it this from here. So from here, bring your hands to the inside of the front foot. Left foot moves out. Just rock back and forth. Trying to get your hips to sink down. And push back through the right heel one last time. Lower the knee, flatten out the toes. Roll to the right a little bit. Get the right forearm down if you can. Then roll back to the left forearm comes down. So do this in this orientation. Make sure the knee's not falling away from the body. Move your foot out if you need to so your knee comes over your foot. If you're very flexible, you can bring your chest right down on the ground. Your shoulder is right on top, the left shoulder is right on top of the left foot. Some of you might know how to bind here. Left arm comes around the outside and then goes underneath the knee, over the back. And then the left hand comes over the back. You're holding a right wrist with your left hand. Be like a sleeping lizard sunning itself on the warm earth. From here, moving back onto the hands. Okay, so from here, out of Hanumanasana, move the hips back, lift the toes, and rest your belly on your front thigh. See if the weight of the body can bring more release to the back of the leg. Feel free to stay here. If you want to move deeper into Hanumanasana, show it sideways again. You want to bring your hips forward and then slide your heel forward. If you can, off the mat is a little bit easier if you have room, if it's possible. Then slide your hands back alongside your hips and inhale. Imagine squeezing the mat between your heels. Exhale. Yield a little bit. Soften. Of course, if you're all the way down, you can take other expressions of the pose as you like. You can bring the arms up. Just imagine you're flying over the earth, just like Hanuman did. Embody courage and devotion. And come back upright. While we're here, we'll do pigeon. Lean to the left a little bit. Bring your left foot in. So the heel is roughly in line with the knee. If it's too uncomfortable, just have your leg at an angle so your heel comes closer to the right hip. You can move forward a little bit, but if you can push your hand, right hand against the sole of the foot. Inhale, lift. And then start to come forward. You try to get your chest on the front leg. Your hand just slides out just in front of the left knee. Can you just relax your right arm here? Can you extend it in front? You might have more weight on your left side. Shift a little bit so you can get the front of the right hip to come down as much as the left hip. Surrender to the sensations. Imagine you're transmitting your sensations to all beings everywhere. They're experiencing it through your body. So make sure again that you're not going to a place of pain or anxiety. And then walk your hands back. From here, bring your left knee up. Walk the foot back out in line with your back foot, and then press the back knee up off the ground. Turn to the long edge of the mat, arms out, come all the way up. Good, now we're going to turn to the other side. Go to the right for Veerabhadrasana 2. Be mighty like the warrior, show leadership, determination, and dedication to the mission. If you like, when you go to Hanumanasana, your hand can come to the outside of the right foot. If it's too much, again, stay higher. Make sure that, again, you're not popping your left hip up. You should have a straight line from the foot all the way to the hand over the head. Draw the left shoulder back. And again, option to take a bind if you like. Half or a full bind. If you're doing a full bind, push the back of the shoulder into the knee. Bring the left shoulder back. And from here, sweep the left arm over the head, come down, bring the back knee down. Sit down to the seat. Bring your hips as close seat as possible to the front heel. And then you can just prepare for Kapyasana for a moment, just pulling the seat down and under, pushing the belly button forward, allow the head to drop back between your shoulders. And then Kali Mudra. Stay more upright if that's more comfortable for you. If you're more bendy, see if you can go back a little bit further. Try to get your index finger over the back toe. You can stay there, or you can come up into Swan. Bring the left foot up. Hold it close to the shoulder, lean towards the foot a little bit so you can press the foot into the inner arm. Right hand comes around the right side of the head, and then lock the fingers together. And if you can, lengthen your arms, pushing the foot into the inner arm. Turn the chest forward. Gaze up as though an offering. Pull the foot towards the shoulder to set it down and come upright. Bend the toes under, move the right foot in as you need to, left arm comes up, go to the right, Adivita Paschimottanasana. So when you push into your hands, you're trying to push down so that the belly is over the thigh, and then you'll have more room to spin. Try to get your shoulders at the same height. Imagine you're lying on your back. Take a bind if you like, if you know how. Then bend the toes under on the left foot. Press the knee up off the ground. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch the body moving with more ease and grace. Tug on the left arm a little bit, the right arm a little bit more. Look towards the front. You can either stay there, at any point you can keep your knee dead, lower your knee. If
If you want to try to come into Ardha Chandrasana, revolve version, go ahead. So we have to bring your foot a little bit closer, gaze in front of your left toes, and bring your left leg up. Other options, if it's too much, left fingertips come to the ground, just in front of the foot, about a foot in front, and see if you can raise your right arm up. Turn your chest towards the right. Break the pose. Left foot comes back. From here, lizard. Walk the right foot out a little bit further to the edge of the mat. Come forward and back. And then push back through the left heel one more time. Lower the knee down, relax the toes. If it's appropriate, come down onto the forearms. Imagine there's weights in your hip pockets, making you feel very heavy in the hips. And this is a very grounding pose. Just feel the warmth of the earth. Imagine you're a lizard, again, just soaking up that warmth. Take other variations as you see fit. You can bind your hands over the back if you like. Find where that being, that life form, is at ease, and put yourself in the shoes of that being, and then you will find the quietness as well. So you're that body, that form. Getting ready to come out. Come back onto your hands. Hinge the hips back so that they're over the back knee. Lift the toes out of Hanumanasana. Melt the belly down onto the front leg. Those of you who can maybe get your forearms down to the ground. Each exhale, pour more weight into the leg to allow for more release. If this is too easy for you, you can come into Hanumanasana. Shift your hips forward like you're doing a lunge. Bend the toes under on the left foot and start to slide your heel forward. Now once your foot comes forward, try to bring yourself more upright so your shoulders are over the hips. And just pulse mindfully. So come up, engage your legs on the inhale. Exhale, yield a little bit more, come a little bit lower. If you're flat on the ground, try your variations. You can bring your arms up. Embody the spirit of Hanuman, devotion and playfulness even, courage. And then getting ready to release. Go to shift to the right a little bit, relax the back leg, and bring the right foot towards the left. Trying to get the shin level with the front end of the mat so the heel's on the same line as the knee, or fold it in as you need to make it more comfortable. Go from here. We're going to place the left foot against the left hand against the left foot. Come forward. Try to get your chest on your leg and slide your right hand out just in front of the right knee. Relax the left arm. Or you can pull it out in front, and then just try to roll a little bit more weight towards your left, so the front of the left hip doesn't become uprooted. It's flat on the ground as well. Modify according to your condition. Pose now. Slide your hands back. Push into your hands. Bend the toes on the back foot and lift the right knee back up. Spin your toes to face long edge of the mat. Arms out to the side and come back up. Good. From here we're going to easy Chakrasana. A little bit of a hero sequence. I'll turn sideways, you can see better. You can walk your feet in a little bit, heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. Your toes pointing beyond the edges of the mat, your heels a little bit closer in. Place your hands on a seat, bend your knees like you're you're sitting on a horse. Pull the tail down and under, and push in at the same time with your hands. Hips forward, chest up, and drop the head back. If you feel comfortable, you can slide your right hand down the back of the leg, just below the knee, and then the other hand comes down. Then roll the thighs outwards, the thumbs come further forward in between the legs. And if you want, you can walk your hands even further down, so you might be able to get to the ankles. Try to push your hips forward, keep the thighs rolling outwards, the shins rolling inwards, try to straighten your legs a little bit more. Think of a wheel and then broken line, circle. Try to represent that wheel to the best of your ability. Getting ready to come back up, hands on the legs, walking it back up towards the seat, push you into your seat and come back up. Arms out to the side, heels a little bit wider now so your edges of your feet are parallel. Hinge forward. Take hold of the outer edges of the feet or the ankles and pull the head down between your feet. Then you might be able to get your head in the same line as the middle of the foot, and then see if you can try to push your chest forward so that you try to get your chest behind your legs. Your shoulders are back. You may stay here. Some of you might want to come up into headstands. Place your hands in tripod or in front of your head if you like, or even through, whatever you like to do. So if you want to bring your arms through, those are more advanced. Press the backs of the hands down, circle your legs up, or you bring your hands in tripod and you come up. So tripod, would you have your hands at right angles. If you're in headstand, make your way down slowly and smoothly. Try to land your feet right beside your head where they started. Engage your core more. Keep lifting your hips as you come closer to the ground so your feet can come down very softly. Arms out to the side, come up. One more easy Chakrasana. So just again, your toes are facing out. And move back, push your hips way forward to counterbalance so that you stay steady. So you might be able to go into Damirasana from here. If your head's close to the ground, you can see your ground easily behind you. You keep one hand on the foot, you bring your arm over the head. If your head's close to the ground, your fingertips will come down, and then you bring your other hand down. And you're in Damirasana. Come back, same way. Keep one hand on the ground, bring one hand to the ankle, push into the ankle hard so you can take the other hand up. And everybody now come back up. Walk your hands back up the backs of the legs to the seat and come back up. Bring your hands in front of the heart and then step your feet back together. Bring your arms by the sides, mountain pose. From the base of the spine, breathe up to the crown. In the mountain, you're breathing from the base right up to the summit. So imagine yourself as a mountain. Exhale back down to the base. Feel entrenched in your practice, solid and unshakable in your devotion to serve all beings. So now we're going to come down. Try inversions now. Headstand.
So if you know what you're doing in your headstand, please go ahead. Try whatever variation you like. If you need some modifications, if you're really not comfortable with your feet leaving the ground, just bring your forehead close to the knees and then lift up your seats. You can hold on to the ankles if you like. As you get your hips higher, you'll roll more on the top, on the back of the head. If that's too uncomfortable, just, you can either move your head a little bit further out so that your hips stay over the knees, or you can just come a little bit back with your hips. So whatever's comfortable for you. Alternatively, you can do teddy bear. Wrists are in line with the knees. Lift up your knees from the ground. Walk your feet in and just press just underneath the knees against the elbows. Try to get your push into your hands firmly. Push your knees firmly into the elbows and then flick your toes up. So just pull your toes away from the earth and you're up. Keep pressing with your hands. And you might be able to bring your feet up. Slide your knees in a little bit. Your knees in a little bit onto the upper arms. Teddy bear. Don't need a lot of flexibility here. Dharma likes to say even elephants love this pose. Good. And then slowly make your way down. Those of you in headstands, come down gracefully with control. Breathe in, breathe out. Roll up. We're going to try something, another variation of headstand. So 2 different options depending on your shoulder flexibility, depending on your comfort level. So this one is a little bit easier one. So your head's on the ground, bring your hands out quite far. So your arms are more than 9 degrees. Come onto the fingertips, bring them out wide, just beyond the edges of the mat maybe. Bring one leg up and back. And then see if you can keep pushing through the back foot until the other foot comes up. Do it slowly, don't jump hard. If you need to, you can come in front of a wall and just try to walk your way up the wall. So your front foot, this foot here that I'm waving, is just touching the wall, and just pull it away from the wall once in a while. Alright, eventually you can come on to your fingertips, one finger at a time. Lift off until you're just on the very tip of the fingers, index fingers, all the way on the head. If you're more advanced, try it with your arms behind your head. So keep your arms wide, and then you come up the same way. Press into your fingertips, and again, come up. It's easiest if you keep your legs split. Again, you can practice coming up off your fingertips. Be mindful here. Again, okay? Go ahead. Nice and slow. You don't even have to have your feet leave the ground. You can keep your feet on the ground and just practice just pulling your heel up off the ground. Just to get the sense. Most of the weight on the head. So if you have head or neck issues, of course, you respect those and you just do according to condition. You don't put the pressure on the head if you've got blood pressure issues or anything like that. Okay, so 10 more seconds perhaps. And then we're going to make our way down slowly, mindfully. Remember that whenever you get tired, always good to come down. Give yourself a little time to come down so you don't surprise yourself. If you lose your strength, you might fall. So just come down before that happens. Rest in child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out, soften. Now we're going to make our way into shoulder stand. So come onto your back. Take a
a moment to rest on your back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Imagine you're fainting, let go of all fatigue. Then bring your arms beside your body. Lift your legs up. Bring your feet together. And push into your arms. So you can lift your feet up off the ground as high as you can. Some people like to bring your feet right over your head in plow pose. First is a good way to get good alignment. And then bring your hands together. Join your hands behind your back. Try to get your wrists together so that your arms are behind your back. And then you bring your hands to the lower back and lift your legs up, and then you're in a straighter line. If you have a lotus, take a lotus. Use your hands to help. If you're right on top of the shoulders, you might also be able to take your hands to your thighs, push into your thighs so that your knees are higher than your hips. If this is all too much, you can keep your knees close to your forehead. You don't have to come up all the way. Your feet might not come all the way up, that's okay. Or you just sit on your hands with your legs straight up, your heels over your hips. Okay, so if you need something more restorative, go to that place. Find where you find steadiness and comfort and the ability to still the mind. Concentrate on the space between the eyebrows, kuti. And they say that when you concentrate there, this will eventually trigger divine bliss. But you have to work at your one point of focus. Without changing your focus, keep your mind on the space between the eyebrows. Lower your legs down. If you have a lotus, keep your lotus. Bring your thighs against the chest. Join your hands underneath the seat if you have a full embryo. Otherwise, come into plow. If you like, you can drop your knees on either side of the head, thighs against the body. Keep your hands on your back if your feet are not on the ground. Just stay steady and comfortable. Now those you can, we're going to come to couch pose next. So place your hands back on your back. Release your lotus if you have a lotus. You're in plow pose, one leg at a time. Keep one foot behind your head. And then bring the other leg down. Keep your hands pressing into your seat and your upper arms strong so that you can bring your foot down gently and the other foot comes down, not like a big heavy thud. If that was too much, you just roll your body down. Okay, so just bring your legs down and then make your way into bridge. Slide your heels in, lift your hips. From here, see if you can walk forward on your elbows and your shoulders until you can hold your heels, and then slide your heels against one another. Your toes still stay wide. Keep walking until your elbows are right beside your knees. Not your knees, your heels. And then dig into the heels, lift your head up off the ground, keep your chin tucked in, and then maybe the knees come down, and then bring the top of the head back down. Take your arms over the head, hold opposite elbows if that's okay for you, otherwise hold on to heels, or do regular fish. So if you know regular fish and that's better for you, then go ahead into that. So just demonstrate that one quickly. For those who are not familiar, your legs are extended, your hands are underneath the seat, push the chest up and the top of the head to the ground. Now, breathe very fast in the nose like a sniffing dog. release. Those you have your heels, your legs extended, bring them in towards your seat. Those who are in couch pose, bring your fingertips beside your head. You might need to scoot your hands out a little bit further. And then see if you can land your hands flat like you're doing Urdhva Dhanurasana, and push your head right up off the ground. Take a half breath in and come up. If you'd rather stay in bridge pose, if you need a modification, then you stay there. Okay, then here, just play around in the pose if you like. Push your chest forward, lift your heels, try to get an even arc from the hands all the way to the feet. Other variations that you know, if you're more advanced, go ahead. You can see if you can raise, bring one hand to your thigh, one-handed. You can raise one leg up. Or if you do those, make sure you do both sides. Stay a little bit longer if you can. Keep your arms, try to get your arms straight, and eventually your legs as well, as straight as you can. And then slowly lower down again. Don't wait till last minute until you're too exhausted, because that always ends up in an uncontrolled landing perhaps. And then rest. Lie on your back, breathe in, breathe out all fatigue. Relax. Good. And then sit up. We'll do one more back bend, forearm balance. So you can start with your head on the ground for your arms. Make sure your elbows are a little bit closer to the shoulders. I like to spread my fingers and cross my thumbs. So your arms, if you start them wide, you're going to keep on sliding out to the side, and then you'll eventually sink out of the pose. So try to keep your elbows closer. Again, you can start with your head on the ground if you're more comfortable, and then push your head up. Bring one leg up. Your head is between your wrists. Split your legs. Keep your legs close to the body, so if you fall, you're close to the ground already. And then flex your feet, keep them close to the seat, and then from here, you can see if you can just tilt your head forward like you're coming into a cobra from, into your sun salutation. Okay. You can start with your head off the ground if you feel like you can't. Push into the arms. You can do this in front of the wall if you like. So again, a little bit easier if you're facing the wall and your wall is in front of you and you're just walking your way up the wall. And then you bring one leg back, so you start with your feet more like this. Okay, so you're walking your way up the wall, and then you bring one leg back. And try to pull your toes up off the wall. And then come down, relax, breathe in, breathe out all fatigue, soften everything. Roll your way up, bring your legs out in front. Okay, so let's do compass pose. Keep your left leg extended. Bring your right foot up. Just move it out to the side a couple of times. Then push the foot underneath your arm. And then see if you can get your knee a little bit further back, so you can take your right shoulder in front of the knee. And push into the back knee so it comes higher. Your hand comes beside your right hip, those you can. Or you can take a strap. Take a strap around the foot, and then you raise your leg up. You can get the leg straighter. Otherwise, take your hand underneath the heel and lift it up. If you're all hunched down, you just try, this is where a strap would help to get a little bit more elongation. You try to push the back of the shoulder into the back of the knee to pull all the wrinkles out of the side body. Push with the back of the arm, the shoulder,
get the leg further back. If you're more flexible, tuck your chin in, pull the foot towards the left so you can take your leg behind your head. Try not to shrink again into your hips. Stay as upright as you can. Those you want can come even forward onto the front leg. Hold the front leg and then pull your chest down onto your thigh. Adjust your position as you need to. When it becomes too much, lessen up on the pressure. And release. Let's try the other leg now. Shake up the legs. And then take your left foot up. Move it from side to side a few times. And then push into the foot. Push it back and behind the body. Try to get as far back as you can. And take the left shoulder in front, push into the back of the knee, try to get as high as possible. And this will help to get the knee in the right place so that it can bend more easily. Compass pose here. You can take hold of the outer edge of the foot if you like, if you're more flexible. Then if you can get your leg way back behind your head, behind your shoulder, tuck your chin in, pull the foot towards the right. And then bring your foot behind the head. Try to lift up, try to pull the folds out of the body, side body, and if you like, you can come forward into your forward fold. Release. Bring the foot back down, shake it out. Good. And from here, let's just do bench pose. Bring your hands behind your back, the fingers facing away, heels underneath the knees, and then push your hips up. Try not to sag your hips down. Push them up, push your chest up, and bring your head back. Bust your gut. Chin in, lower the seat down. Hug your legs to the body, breathe in. Fill it right to the top of the chest. Hold the breath for a moment. Contract the root muscles, pull them up to the navel. Bring the chin right on the chest and then tension at the third eye. Exhale slowly. And slide your feet out a little bit more. Right hand behind the back, left arm, left arm up, and then press the left forearm against the right thigh. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to the right. If you've got long arms and if you're flexible, you have good mobility in your shoulders, you can tip your knees forward a little bit and see if you can lace your left arm underneath. Comes to the seat, see where my hand is against the seat. And then bring your other hand around. See if you can find your hands. A strap again could come in handy here, and then straighten up. Try to move your knees way beyond the left edge of the body. Keep your chest open. And release. Go to the other side. Right arm up. Elbow to the outside of the knee. Forearm presses against the thigh. Push the lower back up and in. Turn to the left. Again, take the bind if you like.
take the bind close to the ground, right against the side of the right side of the hip. Lift up on the inhale, push lower back up and in, and then move deeper to the left on the exhale. Slowly release. So let's come to seated position for a moment. So move closer. Okay, so we're going to sit tall and straight, some pranayama here. Left hand in Yana Mudra. Second finger and the thumb tips together, other fingers extended, resting on your left knee. Right hand, second, third fingers fold down, turn a palm towards you. And we use the right thumb to block off the right nostril, the right ring finger for the left nostril. We're just going to do Nadi Shodhana today. So just breathing, no breath retention. In through the left, pause for a minute, close both sides of the nose, exhale through the right, back up, inhale through the right, pause, close both sides, exhale through the left. That's one cycle. So in, left, down, right, up, right, and down. So the motion of the breath, you're watching, you're visualizing the breath moving down into the body on the inhale and back up on the exhale. At the same time, imagine a coolness going down the spine with the breath on the inhale and back up on the exhale. It's called friction breathing, and it's a concentration technique. So just try to keep your mind on that visualization of the breath moving up and down the spine and the sensation of the coolness as well. So getting ready now. Right hand close to the nose, prepare. Breathe out completely, empty the lungs. Close off the right side, inhale, down, left. Close the left side, open right, exhale, up. Inhale, down, right. Close right, open left, exhale, up. Inhale, down, left. Imagine the breath heavy as it goes down. Open right, exhale, up. Feel the breath getting light as helium as it comes up. Inhale, down, right. Exhale, left, up. Inhale, left. Feel the coolness going down with the breath. Exhale, right. Feel the coolness rising up the spine. Try to imagine that sensation. Inhale, right, down. Exhale, left, up. Continue on your own. Keep your back very straight. Lose yourself in the visualization of the breath rising and falling and that sensation of that coolness going up and down the spine. Has a calming effect on the body and on the mind, preparing it for meditation. Fingers stay close to the nose.
all the movements very subtle. Next time you exhale out of the left side, conclude. And then, once you concluded, make your way down onto your back for Shavasana. Ease your way down. Go gently. Again, imagine you're the witness watching the body. Come into a state of rest. Just surrender as much as possible to relaxation, to allow yourself to be more receptive to all the incoming gifts of the practice. Now prepare mentally by saying to yourself 3 times the following sentence. I will remain alert during the instructions. Bring your attention to the hands. Suggest the hands now to relax completely. Let all the tension just fall out of the hands, the wrists, the fingers. Everything is loose. The hands feel completely flimsy, dead-like. And then the arms, starting at the wrist, relax all the muscles along the arms, along the lower arms. Elbow joint is just loose and inactive, just allows those signals pass right up to the upper arm. Release those muscles as well. It's as though the muscles became liquefied, soft as jello. And then they're just nothing but extra weight on the bones, the skin and the muscles just hanging on the bones. The shoulders are relaxed, no tension there. Any tightness, any restriction, let it go out with a breath. The shoulders also feel heavy. And then start to bring your attention to the back body. Feel as though there were a great weight pressing down on the top of the body. It just spreads all across, some heaviness, a sensation of heaviness all along the back, across the shoulder blades, and down. So feel the back of the body just melting into the earth, yielding to that heaviness. Whole back sagging due to all that weight resting on it. All the way down through the back, lower back as well. And into the seat and the hips. Feel as though all the muscles in the hip joint, all the bones in the hip joints are as heavy as lead. And the seat, have that sensation again that it is holding a lot of weight in it, so that the seat sinks down also into the ground. Heavy as can be, like an anchor. Then bring your attention to the legs. Suggest to the legs to relax. All the muscles in the thighs first become heavy as they just lose all their tone. They become completely loose, just hanging off the bones again, and passing down that signal to the lower legs. The knee joint just allows all those signals to just go down
to the lower leg, and those muscles release as well. So the whole leg, right and left, from the thigh right down to the ankle, heavy as cement. Impossible to move, even if you tried. Bring now the attention to the feet. The ankles are completely loose. The feet are just flopping out to the side heavily. The palms of the feet and heels are soft. Completely relaxed, no tension. The toes are just loose and limp, drooping. Completely inactive. Arms and legs now, all so still and heavy, dead-like. And within the torso, where the organs lie, send general direction to all those organs to also slow down their activity. Imagine they were all filled with fluid all of a sudden. Became very heavy and sluggish, unable to keep up their activities. And so they slow down to a point of almost standstill. Everything from the neck down, lifeless. The head heavy on the mat as well. The scalp is soft. And the face shows no signs of tension or strain. Everything is relaxed. No frown wrinkles, no tension lines, no constriction of the throat or anything. The throat is relaxed. The jaw is relaxed, the eyes as well. If you go within inside the head, the brain also very, very quiet. All the mental activity, if it had a sound, perhaps this constant buzzing, quiets down to barely an audible hum. As you continue to listen, all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, but gradually you hear You just feel that just resonate in that space. You have no awareness of the body now, no awareness of the mind, because they are so still and quiet that you lose consciousness of them altogether. All you hear is that ahimsa, so hum, which means I am you, you are me, I am that I am. They represent your true nature, your divine essence, which is infinite, which is without form, which prevails everywhere, beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. Which resides in all beings, for all beings contain a portion of God within. Imagine so hum, resonating in the hearts of all beings, or in the beings of all, in the bodies and the minds of all beings. For we are all one, all the same. All divine manifestations of God.
know that this consciousness runs through every being at all times. Keep coming back to that hum, sa, so hum. I am you, you are me, I am that I am. Ingrain it within your heart and your mind. To remind yourself of that divine connection that we all share with each other and with God. Now, bring your awareness back to the body and prepare to come back from Shavasana. Feel the body awakening. Become aware of the breath once again. Toes, fingers, all the body parts, all the systems within which animate it. And in the most loving and gentle and reverent way possible, and with quietness, come back to a seated position. Once again, sitting tall and supreme, and remain established, firmly established in a practice both on and off the mat. Carry out the intention of delivering compassion to all beings, acting in a way that doesn't bring about pain and suffering to anyone or anything. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining. Have a wonderful day and weekend. Until next time.